Hello again, everyone. This is Joe Henches with Beyond the Chart, and today is Wednesday, August 27th, 2014, and this is technical analysis of the stock market today. We're going to take a look at the market action over the last 2 days, which hasn't been great. And then we're going to, great I mean by hasn't done much. We'll take a look at the indicators. We're going to do our typical walk around the world and look at the BRICS countries, and we'll do an update on the trade ideas. Okay, all right, the Dow was up, what, 15 points today, and yesterday, oh gosh, it wasn't up 106, 107, maybe 30 points. So a little doji bar here today, not a whole lot going on, kind of a pause, not surprising. I mean, it's had one heck of a move. The DI plus is above DI minus. A little bit of a rounding over action, but we're not getting, remember where I thought yesterday or Monday, we thought, well, maybe it was Saturday, that this might be some divergence in here. Well, that divergence kind of went away on Tuesday. Maybe that was Monday night. Yeah, it was Monday night. So Tuesday and today, that divergence went away. So not seeing any divergence there. Volume's little lackluster, but not surprising. Here we are moving in on the end of August, coming up on Labor Day weekend, the last big holiday weekend till we get into the holidays later on this year. Okay, so let's look at the S&P 500. And again, similar type action. Look at it. I mean, it looks almost the same thing on the RSI with the Dow. Just a couple little dojis, just a couple of dojis. You know, it's just not doing a whole lot. Actually up 2 points over 2 days. So, and the beat goes on. Just keeps pushing. The NASDAQ, same thing. Just keeps pushing higher. Just keeps pushing higher. You don't want to be shorting this in here. I mean, there's just, you don't want to be shorting when stocks are trending like this. I mean, what's the ADX? ADX is 24. And it's rising. It's not super strong, but it is 24 above 20, and it is rising. So that's indications that the trend is on. And of course, all you have to do is look at it to see that the trend is on. All right, let's see. Wanted to look at the New York Composite. Similar type thing again. Small little doji bar in here, so not a whole lot new. One thing I did remember looking at and seeing. The Dow Jones did on yesterday on an intraday basis make a new high here, and I don't know, I guess that's all-time high. Yeah, in here above this level, which was right here, 151.17, 151. Now it didn't close there, but on an intraday basis it did. So I really do need to sit back and take a hard look at the wave count in the Dow. As we talked about before, I felt a little more comfortable with what's going on in the S&P 500 and in the New York Composite, but the Dow is doing something a little bit different. Okay, let's take a look at the short-term trading index. There it is. It always knows exactly where I want to go. How does it do that? All right, so it's 0.97 on the 10-day. Okay, so it's not giving us the extreme yet. It's trying to get down there. It's below 1, but it's just not giving us the extreme reading. And I just took a reading of the 10-day on the CBOE on the put-to-call ratio too, on the equity put-to-call ratio, and we're not getting any extreme reading yet on the 10-day. So I'll keep watching that and kind of maybe take a snapshot of that every weekend for sure and make sure we're in tune with that. The next thing is the VIX. Right there. VIX popped up just a little bit, not much. What was it? Up 0.15. So it's right down in here sideways. We didn't get oversold. I'm not seeing any divergence type thing. It's kind of weird. I mean, we still got the DI plus over DI minus on a reading here that we started to get. So I'm not sure what's going on with that. It's kind of a weird looking reading. Let's see, the next thing, there was one last thing. Oh, the high-low. That's it. Okay, so we got this little, we got this M-top we talked about, and we had a little hook thing back on the 25th Monday, and then it came up a little bit higher yesterday. Now it pulled back down. So it's a little bit higher than what I normally see it when it does this little fish hook type maneuver. So it'll be interesting to see if we continue to come back down as a topping type thing, or whether or not that's just a little anomaly in the whole grand scheme of things. But right now we're not up here in this extreme readings like we got to in June. Again, here's these other high. I mean, they're not super extreme, but they were the highest readings in June and the beginning of July, the highest readings since back in October of high-low. So okay, that's it for a little quick take a look at the market, pulse of the market here. Let's go ahead and take a look at the BRIC countries. Look at Brazil. Brazil's on fire. Last week, 5 days. I mean, this is a nice move, real solid, pushing up, no divergence. So it has come back after this pause in here. So it's looking very nice. The MISEX index for Russia, a little bit of a pause back, had this just straight line. Remember I was talking about how we thought that whatever was going on, this was related to Ukraine, and we got a similar type move out of the Dow or our markets, the S&P. And India, there it is. India is kind of going sideways in here, just kind of clumping a lot of little, not very strong moves. You're not getting very impulsive moves in here. And I talked about this before, a lot of overlapping. So we are doing some kind of ending diagonal, I would think, in terms of a fifth wave. And actually, I mean, you could almost, let me blow this up a little bit. You could almost sit here and draw a trend line like this and draw another one like this. And you could make a case that, okay, yeah, we are in some kind of ending diagonal. And we're getting a little bit of throw over here. So if that's the case, then this could be, are we getting divergence on India? Yes, we are on RSI. So this move here is not being confirmed on the RSI move. It's not being confirmed on DI plus, and I'm not getting the same. It's not the same reading on the demand index. So 2 out of 3 are not confirming this move. So that kind of leads me to believe that this may be this little fifth wave right here ending, and which means we'll then be getting into some kind of corrective mode, and we'll have to look at that to see. So if that's the fifth wave, then that's the completion of the third intermediate wave. And we will now get a fourth, not intermediate, short-term wave. What do you call it? Short-term minor wave. Let's make sure we've got our waves talking about. This is minor, this is minute, and this gets smaller, sub-minute on down. All right, so this will be the end of third minor wave up, and you can see it was pretty strong. So right now, that's the way it looks on India and China, Shanghai Composite. Been pulling back for the last week. So last 20th was right here, okay, right here. So we've pulled back, and you can see in some of the stock action in the various Chinese ADRs too. So we've pulled back. This could be nothing more than like a little fourth wave. We got one more wave up into this dotted line. We'll see. And then the last one we'll take a look at is South Africa. And South Africa is just going sideways. It's not doing anything. A lot of consolidation in here. So no major breakdown, just sideways move. So that's kind of interesting when you look at we did, the big sell-off that we did and Germany did, and the big action Germany had, and then Russia had, and South Africa is just going, you know, like no big deal. Okay, that's the BRICS countries. Now we're just going to do a quick update on what happened in 3 trade ideas today. Start off with Rackspace. I decided to exit the last half of Rackspace today. I just feel like we're up here pushing against this trend line. It's been 10 trading days. This was a counter trend move. I'm not riding a trend, a major trend, because the 55 is below the 233, the 21's below the 55. Now, it could be all changing. It could be in some kind of transition. The other thing is it closed this gap right here. So that was closed here on the 22nd, and it has struggled to move anywhere. Now, this could just be a little sideways, but I thought, okay, I'm going to take my profit and run, because they can take it from you. So that is on Rackspace, and then the next one is on Seagate Technologies. Seagate had hit my short-term or initial target, I would say, right up in here. And I started to I exited half this morning when it did that. And then the more I looked at this afternoon, I didn't like this very sluggish, what I thought was very sluggish action in here on Seagate, and the fact that it's right up against this high, 61.60, the intraday high, 61.58, 3 cents off that high, and then it's sold off, okay? Now, it could very well break right on through this, and if my wave count is accurate, it will, but I decided to just at this point sell all of them and just see what happens. And I didn't like the sluggish action. This was 9 days, I believe. Yes, we're in it. Today was the 9th day in the trade, so that's starting to get out there. And then the last one is Whole Foods, which I got stopped out of today. And this was a disgusting trade, just all around. Number one, we got in, where was it, on the 11th? We got in here, and then it took forever to do nothing. And then, you know, and then this little move down below here, I decided to exit here. And really, I was probably way overcautious on exiting and setting my stop to get out here. And then I turned around and interpreted this as a signal, which is not the strongest signal in my setups, and went short with puts. And then it turns around and comes back up. Well, then, you know, got a new buy signal right up in here at 39.24. Well, I didn't take it because I'm not going to sit here and play the whipsaw game on here. Being wrong 2 times was enough. But in reality, if I would have never exited my calls, okay, and it's always shoulda, coulda, woulda, but you're always lessons learned, I should not have exited calls here. It actually got within 5 cents of my initial target that I had set back here. And so I literally, instead of taking a loss, and a loss would be sitting with, probably have taken, you know, sold half the position right up here within 5 cents of the target. So frustrating what's going on Whole Foods. So Whole Foods got me this month, and we'll see if we can't get a little better trade set up and get some of it back. But we'll wait and see, because I'm not quite sure what's going on yet in here. I mean, this could be breaking out. Let's take a look at this. You know, we were getting some divergence between here and here. I remember seeing that. And if you draw the trend line above here, you could make the case that, okay, it's breaking this trend line, and therefore it may be trying to go. And my original thinking when I was doing this was thinking that it would break that trend line, go up and challenge up to this high here. Then you got this huge gap in between here. So we'll see, but that's it on Whole Foods. That's it on the trade ideas. And actually I'm flat. I haven't looked, haven't gone through the stocks yet at this point. So if I happen to see something that's really, really compelling, I'll put it on by, let me just say, I'll have it listed in the trade ideas by 7:30 tomorrow morning, just so you know that there's something there, 7:30 Central Time. But I'm hesitating right now, mainly because we got 2 days left of trading in the month of August, and Monday is Labor Day here in the United States. Markets are closed. So we were coming up on a 3-day weekend, And I got a feeling the volume is going to start drying up pretty big time next couple of days. So, all right, that's it for tonight. This has been Joe with Beyond the Chart. If you felt like the video was helpful, please share it on social media. And if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. Just first name and email, and you'll have access to the Trade Ideas page where I've got all the details of these trade ideas on there. And you'll get updates on new posts and all of that kind of good stuff. So, and you can follow me. So that's it for tonight. We'll be back. I'll have another video coming out tomorrow. I don't remember what it is, but it's an update. It's actually on 4 Chinese stocks. I just don't remember which ones they are. I don't have it in front of me, but I'll look for that video update and I'll tweet it too. I'll tweet at Joe Henches. I'll tweet it when I publish it, and I'll put it on that Stock Charts Technical Analysis page on the website. And then I'll be back Saturday with the market update. All right, have a great Thursday, Friday, everyone.